Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jimmy Williams. I am not a faculty member. I actually am on staff over at the Faculty Instructional Technology Center. So anytime you guys have any problems with D2L, you either talk to me or you talk to Brenda. And one of my specialties is accessibility. I've done this in a previous position where I was responsible for changing the format of anything coming in, whether it be a hardcover book to Braille or a PDF to an accessible PDF or whatever lies in between. Now, captioning, a lot of people think that it's terrible, just easy word to use, that it's time consuming, and unfortunately, no matter what you do, it is going to be time consuming to an extent. Now, there are a few things you can do on the front end that will save you time. But first, make sure that the audio quality is as perfect and as clear as you can possibly get. Enunciate, have the mic as close to you as possible. Do not try to record audio from across the room, because if you do, it's going to make sure that you have a long time to spend on actually correcting it. Now, what I'm going to show you today is YouTube. A lot of people, as soon as you say YouTube, it's like, oh, I don't want to post my videos, I don't want to have to deal with any of that. But there are ways around that. There are 3 different options you can choose from when posting or hosting something on YouTube. You have private, you have unlisted, and you have public. Private means that no one else, aside from yourself, is going to be able to see it. Unlisted means that you could link to it, which means that you can embed the video in D2L or in something else with embed code that's supplied by YouTube, and they can access it that way. But it also means that people can't search for it. So even if it is the exact topic that you have done your video on and the title and everything like that, if somebody were to search for those keywords, they would not be able to find it. And public is, as it says, completely open to anybody, meaning that anybody can search for it, anybody can view it, there is no discrimination. Okay. Now, a few things that you need to know about this. I have some handouts that I brought, so if you don't have one, get one if you're interested. If not, then you can just listen. When you upload a video to YouTube, you will have this upload button up here. Okay, when you click on it, it's going to just give you a very easy interface like this. Drag and drop, or you can select. You can also choose what you want to do. All right. Now, there is a queue that is involved with this. And what I mean by that is, I'm sure everybody's heard of the auto-caption feature in YouTube. If you haven't, now you have. Basically what that means is that it automatically tries to caption its best guess as to what it is you're saying, which is why I said, preface this entire thing by saying, the clearer the audio, the easier it's going to be on you. Now, the first time that I actually did this and started playing with it when I was here, it was a video that was done here a long time ago of a presentation, and the mic was well away from the individual that was speaking. That caused a lot of problems because the audio that came out for the auto caption made absolutely no sense. None of the words had anything to do with anything that was actually being said, and nothing was actually coherent as far as what it was trying to say that the words were. So I had to go in and actually change everything. But then I experimented also with a mic that was close to me and came out about 90% correct, which means that that will save you a lot of time. Now, a few more things before we actually get into the whole process, because I know I don't have a lot of time up here, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody kind of understood the ground rules and what's going to save you time in the long run if it is something that you want to do. A, make sure the audio is clear. B, make the video small. You don't have to get up there and speak for an hour and then try to do that whole thing. You can break that video up into different things and try to caption just little pieces at a time so you can get the video up faster in installments as opposed to having an hour-long video that is going to take you a month of your free time on the side when you get done with work to go in and actually type everything out. So if you can cut things up into smaller chunks, it's going to be easier for you to work with. Most times, unless you're actually doing a full lecture, what you're going to be doing, whether it just be an idea or something that you showed earlier, just a concept that you're trying to show for somebody, you can get done in 10-15 minutes. That's not going to take you that long to actually caption at all, especially if the audio is even halfway clear. So those are the 2 biggest things I can tell you. Now, there are some things that YouTube will not allow. A, it has to be in a format that YouTube recognizes, which is pretty much everything you can imagine that is mainstream. If you have a third-party software program that you love, but nobody else has ever heard of, chances are it's not going to be allowed on here. All right, YouTube also says that the videos can't be too long. Now, I have seen videos on YouTube that are over an hour and a half long, full-scale movies. But when it comes to captioning, it doesn't always work for the full-scale things like that. All right. Also, there has to be some kind of voice or audio in the beginning of the video. If there is a long pause with no audio, it will just go ahead and cut it out to where it just says to itself, there is no audio here or any kind of thing to caption, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Okay, there aren't any specifics on YouTube's side that says it has to be within the first 3 seconds or something like that. I have seen pauses up to 3 to 5 seconds and everything still work. But just keep in mind, if you were to start recording and then go over here and do something and then come back and then start talking, it may be that you're going to have to cut that first part out. All right. The audio, if it's not clear, if it's really garbled, chances are it's not going to pick it up at all. Now, one other thing that we're going to talk about really quickly is that whenever you upload something, you will get to the video manager screen, which is where we're at right now. All right. Now, normally, when I first started doing this, I didn't know any of the intricacies of this. It was just, okay, well, here's the tutorials I've seen online, and this is how I think it should work. So I uploaded a video, tried to find the auto caption, and it wasn't there. But strangely enough, 20 minutes later, when I checked again, it was there. What this leads me to believe is that there is a queue involved in the auto caption feature in YouTube. Meaning that every video that is uploaded, it's running a script in the background trying to get that particular file ready for the auto captioning. So if you upload something, don't expect the auto caption feature to be there as soon as you upload it. What we've told people in the past is go ahead and upload it or start it uploading and go do something else. Concentrate on something else, go eat a sandwich, watch a movie, it doesn't matter. But just give it some time to actually populate that auto caption feature. So the way that we're going to do that first is we're going to go to the edit. Now keep in mind, this is the video manager. Now, and I apologize on the front end, the video manager is not easily reachable, which is why you saw me kind of go the roundabout way to get there. Let me go back to my channel. Now, whenever you upload a video, it's going to take you directly to the video manager. But if you try to go back to it, you're going to have to go to videos, click on one of the videos that you have, and in the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see this video manager. That is in the instructions as well. All right, now once you do that, this is the video manager, and this is where you're going to be able to access the subtitles and closed captions. So we're going to click on this little arrow to the right on any of the videos that you want to work with and go down to subtitles and CC. Now if you'll notice here, there's English automatic, which is what you're looking for, and then English. Now, me having worked on this video, I can tell you why it's there. Number one, the English automatic is there because now that is available, that I can choose English automatic. The English is there is because I've already done some of the captioning on this. So that is a separate file that is not automatic. So if I were working on a file, and you know what, I didn't have enough time to finish it, for whatever reason, and you save it, and you exit, and you come back in, if you choose English automatic again, it automatically wipes everything that you did. So be very careful, so that once you start a video, make sure that you choose English. Now the interface itself, very easy to use. If you'll notice, you have your captions over here on the right-hand side. You'll also know that they are time-stamped. Now, hypothetically speaking, say that you didn't want to use YouTube to host your videos, that you didn't want to host them anywhere, that you just want to get the captioning out and didn't want to have to go from scratch on a third-party program, Camtasia, or something else. You can actually download the Srt file out of this, which is the captioning file. And when you do, you can download it right here just by going up to Actions, SRT, or whatever format you want. Now what's good about this is that those timestamps are included. You can take that file and input it into Camtasia or any other editing software that you wanted to use. So that allows you to just do a quick thing here with the timestamps on every slide rotation or transition or something like that, and go ahead and have everything done on the front end. It will save you time even if you don't edit any of the things in here. But this interface is just as easy as any other interface you're going to find for captioning. So once you are at this screen, your English automatic captions are done, and now you're going to go in and actually check it, which I highly, highly recommend. Because if you don't, and I'm sure Lance can tell you, some interesting things happen in YouTube captioning. Things that you probably don't want your students to see because your back will be to the screen. And you'll be talking and they'll be laughing hysterically and you have to figure out why. We've seen some pretty interesting things come across. And I'm not talking anything like crazy, but just little words that shouldn't be there, maybe statements that shouldn't be there, just in your best interest to check. Okay? So what we're going to do, if you notice if we click on anything on the right-hand side, you'll see the transition already. It goes to the next part in that particular video. This also works for PowerPoint presentations if you were to make them in MP4 or something like that. And real quick, because I know that I'm almost out of time, what we're going to do is if you see down the bottom right-hand corner this blue button that says Edit. We hit that button. It looks pretty much like what we just looked at. However, I can now click within this. Now what's good about this, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you have the pause video while typing, which means that if you have that selected and you are listening to the video, you can listen to it over and over and over again. Once you decide that you know what it is saying, you can remember it and type it, you can start typing within this frame here, where the cursor is currently. Now when you do that, it automatically pauses the video, so you can go ahead and type. Once you get done with that, you can click on the play button again and it will play. For example,
Sarah, where did you come from before transferring to MTSU?
Before I transferred to MTSU, studying psychology.
Sarah, where did you come from before transferring?
so every time that I
Sarah,
click
where
on
did you
this,
come from before
it
Sarah,
repeats
where
that
did you come
same
from before transferring to MTSU?
text or the
Before I
same
transferred
audio.
to MTSU, studying
So that's going to allow you, and very repetitious, and I apologize on the front end before you do any of this, because it is. You will hear the same thing over and over and over, but I know for me, when I'm doing this type of thing, I want to hear it. So that I can just hear it once and type everything out, as opposed to writing 3 words, going back and hitting play, listening to a little bit more, then starting to type, and then listening to it again. I want to know the entire thing so that I don't have to keep going back and forth, because it drives me insane. So after you go in and you make whatever changes that you do, you go back and hit play again.
Sarah, where did you?
psychology and social work at UT. I transferred to psychology.
Sarah, where did
So
you come
once
from?
once you're done with this, very simply, publish edits. That's it. Once those have been added, you'll notice that on the bottom right of any video, and I'm sure that everybody's seen the YouTube videos that have the CC in the bottom right-hand corner, whether or not you've used them or not, they are there. So I encourage you, before you start doing anything on your own, make sure that the videos that you have access to in your class currently have closed captions. Or anything that you want to show a video of and you search for, just add a CC on the end of it when you're searching for it. And if there is a file out there that has that closed caption on it, it's going to look for that. All right? It will save you a lot of time. Okay, so that's pretty much the interface. Now, if you'll notice on the back side of that handout, my number is there and FITC's number is there. If you get stuck, if you have questions, or if you want to know more about this, give us a call, set up a time, or we can just discuss it over the phone. Okay, any questions? Yes?
I can't remember where, but I've seen a feature to upload a transcript.
Into YouTube?
Yeah. So you haven't come across that yet?
To be honest with you, I haven't really looked. Because now you can upload a file here.
And my understanding is it's just text, no timing is one option, and it will try to do the timing for you. Because my videos, I've already got typed out what I'm
You got
going
the
to
transcripts.
say,
Okay.
and so then it's a problem of aligning. It says these closed captions are accurate,
Yeah.
place them at the right timing, but you haven't experienced that.
There is an uploaded file right here.
Okay.
All right, now I've not done that, but I'll tell you what I will do. If you send me the video, or if you actually just point me to the video, send me that transcript file,
Okay.
I'll see what I can do
Okay.
and find out something definitive one way or another. Because I've always tried to work on it from the other side as opposed to actually having it and going in. Because most people, it's nice to have those timestamps, and Lance, let me know if I'm wrong on this because it's been a while. The transcript is very, very nice to have. It's not mandatory, let's say, that everything be timestamped. Now, if you were going to have the captions, it kind of really doesn't matter. But
My understanding is YouTube will figure out the timing for you.
like I said, I'll try that for you, but I'm not sure. But I mean, well, if you send me the file and the transcript, I'll see what I can do with it for you. Okay, anybody else? All right, well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jimmy.